Member for West Vancouver Capilano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, thank you to the member from Surrey Panorama. It is good to know that today we can get a massage, but we cannot get a ferry in British Columbia. So today I rise to address an urgent and enduring crisis that has afflicted our province. It is the relentless middle-class squeeze in British Columbia. Throughout the 6-year tenure of this NDP government, their actions have amounted to little, but an exacerbation of economic hardships for British Columbians. There's been a deterioration of our societal fabric and an unyielding burden shouldered by the middle class. A glaring issue resulting from the NDP's ineptitude, in contrast to what the member from Surrey Panorama has told us. Across our province, countless families continue to struggle with the challenge of securing affordable childcare. And this has a significant impact, in particular, on women and on women's financial health. Now, despite this NDP's government promise of $10 a day childcare, they have woefully underdelivered on this commitment. In fact, last week, an analysis by the public policy group CARTA said the rollout of childcare expansion programs in British Columbia has stumbled with a slow start and underwhelming results. Now, the NDP rollout of childcare has been marked by inconsistency and delays, leaving parents perpetually ensnared in uncertainty. And a promise of universal childcare in BC has been repeatedly made by this government throughout the course of 2 elections. Now, the $10 a day childcare program, just so we understand, is primarily funded by the federal government. The federal government provides hundreds of millions of dollars to the province of BC to administer childcare programs. And let's remember, this BC government touted that BC was the first province in Canada to sign under this federal childcare program. Yet, of the millions of, that's not something to be proud of when it's not working, yet the millions of dollars provided to British Columbia by the federal government, only 11% of those dollars have actually been provided for childcare programming in British Columbia. So this is not the province's money. This money should be in the pockets of British Columbian parents. It should not be sitting in government accounts. And, Mr. Speaker, the money that has been distributed hasn't been done equitably. Only a small percentage of parents have access to $10 per day childcare, while other parents have been paying full fees while the province sat on this money. One mom pointed out to me that while both she and her neighbor have a 4-year-old child, one mom paid $4,500 per year for childcare, and the other paid $17,000. Will government retroactively provide funding for families that did not win the initial $10 a day lottery? This has been thousands of dollars out of parents' pockets in a time of significant financial pressure on families when government had this money already provided to them by the federal government. Why weren't all families and all children in British Columbia treated equally, and they still are not being treated equally? Earlier this year, I expressed deep concerns regarding the significant delays that childcare providers were undergoing in order to even receive their funding from government. So from groceries to gas to housing and childcare, everything in British Columbia is more expensive, and middle-class British Columbians are struggling to keep up. So this province has to provide people with the affordable childcare solutions they deserve for the $10 a day childcare programs that have been promised to British Columbians, and they have to give them a break from this middle-class squeeze. Government has been completely inept in running the rollout of this $10 a day childcare program, and they are now behind other provinces, despite claiming to be, or despite touting the fact that they were the first to sign on, meaning they've had even more time than any other province to get this right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member